Okay, got a bit of a shock for you today. I'm out. No, I'm not out. I'm at home. I'm thinking I'm in Clumber Park, but obviously I'm not. So I'm at home. Why am I at home? I'm putting together a video of my 7 years of dreadlocks. Starting off from the days when I had no or very little hair. You know, when I was a bit like that instead of like this. And we're going to move on from the very first day I had my dreadlocks in and my hair's full of wax up to the present day. There may be one or two photos on here that you don't want to see. I will warn you before they're coming. They're not that bad, just a bit of bare bottom I think. But anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at these photos. Okay, so let's start the journey. These first photos go back a long way, some of them. Some of them when I had a little bit of hair before I got into the let's shave it all off. And then the rest of the photos are, I'm bald. I've got more hair on my elbow than I did have on these photos. So let's have a look at them. I looked a bit younger then as well. Funnily enough, it was a few years ago and I was younger. But let's have a look at them and you can see the transformation before dreads and after dreadlocks. See you in a minute. Let's have a look at these pictures. Can't wait. In this first picture, I'm probably about 29, 30 years old, going a bit silver on the top. It was before I went to this look of no hair. Or as my dad called it, you look like a thug, my thuggish look. But, you know, it was the fashion at the time and it's still the fashion now. So, as you can see on this photo, 2005, so it was a good few years ago. And I maintained this look for quite a while. Yeah, what did you think? In some ways I think I look better with no dreadlocks than these next photos. These next photos are when I first had my dreadlocks in and you can see they look a mess, full of wax and horrible things. But you need to see them because it's part of my dreadlock journey, and hopefully if you see how horrible they looked, it might put you off of putting wax in your hair. But let's have a look at them. Let's see what we think. This very first photo, I just had my dreadlocks put in. And as you can see, I look like I've got a white spider on my head. All my hair's sticking, all my hair's sticking out like mad because of the wax. But, oh God, don't they look horrible? Absolutely horrible, and that's the wax that's doing it. This is probably a couple of months later when the wax had softened a little bit. But there was still an absolute mess, as you can see. Waxed up to the eyeballs. Whatever you do, don't put wax in. They don't even look like dreadlocks. So, but anyway, that is the look, or was the look for the first few months, first 7 or 8 months. They were thinning out a bit there, or the wax was thinning out a bit on this one, not so bad now. These next set of photos, oh, what did you think to those? Horrible, weren't they? These next set of photos was the growing stage when I was more or less got rid of the wax out of my hair, but I'm still obsessed with they're not growing and how do they look, and constantly looking in the mirror and getting the old crochet hook out and trying to tighten them up and tidy them up. Looking back at these photos, I don't know why I did it, because even though they were only short and they were quite thick, they didn't look bad at all. it was just something I was obsessed with. But let's have a look at them anyway. As you can see, most of the wax has gone now. They're still looking incredibly wild and they're not fantastically long, but they're not looking too bad at all. They're certainly looking better than they did before. These next set of photos are what I'd probably call the early intermittent years. You know, when I've had the dreads in 2 or 3 years and I've started to settle down with them, you know, and not be so obsessed with them. I was still making mistakes. I was getting people that didn't know anything about dreads to sort them out for me occasionally, and it led to one or two mistakes, let's put it like that. And it was also the stage when I was starting to conga them deliberately with the old elastic bands, or doing some of that root threading, you know, where I'm threading the dread through the roots. Once again, don't know why I did it. They didn't look too bad as they were growing. I was just being silly. There you go, what can I say? Let's have a look at the photos. Tell me what you think. As you can see now, they're starting to look a bit more like dreadlocks. They're still quite wild and not settled down fantastically. And you've seen this one before where I've dyed my hair, but they're not looking bad at all now. These next set of photos are late intermittent years. You know, talking about 4 to 5 years, when I got to the stage where I just stopped messing with them and just letting them do what they wanted to do. And you can see the difference. They look quite good. You know, they didn't look, how can I put it, artificial, a bit like the early ones did. I'd got no wax in them or anything like that. And I was just letting them grow and enjoying them. So I'll play those now. On all these photos, where I've got dates, I've put, you know, rough dates on for the photos, even if it's only the year. Sometimes I put the year and the month, but it'll give you a good idea, you know, what the progression was and how quick my hair grows. Now, since I've had my dreads, I've only ever cut about that much off them, so you know, you've got an idea how quickly they've grown or how slowly they've grown, however you want to put it. But let's have a look anyway. So they're starting to get a bit of length on them now. I don't scrub up too bad, do I? I'm not sure about the dicky bow light, but yeah, they're starting to look like proper dreadlocks now. Yeah, they're looking quite good. That's my daughter that's just given me a pair of twin girls. Oh, and that's my mean and moody look. So we've more or less seen all of them. These coming up now are the last couple of years, what they've looked like over the last couple of years. I don't know, for me they seem to have grown really quickly over the past couple of years. I don't know whether it's just me or it's an illusion, or it's just that I've left them alone and not really noticed how quick they're growing. 1 minute they seem to be down to the middle of the back, and then in the next photo they're down to my bottom. But anyway, there's a couple of photos on here where I'm on the cliff tops at Filey, and you might see a bare bottom. So if you don't want to see a bare bottom, don't look anymore. It was my my naturist era. I'm still in the naturist era. But anyway, it was my Let's take a photo on the cliff tops era. So let's have a look at them. And you can tell me what you think. I'd love a Harley Davidson, just couldn't justify one. And this is me in my kilt. And this is at my son's wedding, Dickie bow on again. I don't know. And at the Humber Bridge. So as you can see, I've got quite a length of hair now at my friend's funeral. And 10-pin bowling. So I've just had my hair tidied up on this photo. And it's pumpkin time. Okay, the pictures that you might not want to see are here. On the cliff tops at Filey. This is my naturalist, not naturist, my naturalist look. Yes, that's me doing. It's like, you know, I shouldn't have done that. And there I am in London with my camera. And a nice slow motion shot as I throw my head around and flick my dreads about a bit. Well, that's about it. That's all the photos that I can show you. I've got loads and loads more, but there's other members of the family on that I don't really want to put on. And they're the best of the ones where I'm more or less on my own. I hope you've enjoyed them. You can see how long it's taken my hair to grow. Like I say, over the last couple of years, it seems to have grown really, really quickly. I don't know if it's me or if it's because I've just left them alone. But if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Ring that little notification bell so you'll know whenever I put a new one out. And I will see you, hopefully, on the next one. See you soon. Bye.